G'day, I'm Corey Wilson from Hunting the Menu. My team and I have been asked by the SSAA to put together some special episodes based around their award-winning cookbook, Field to Fork. Now, if you're just getting into game hunting and want to cook up what you've caught, this book is fantastic. For those that are seasoned hunters, there's plenty of recipes in here I'm sure you haven't tried. Now, hunting's nothing new to Australia. It's one of the oldest uses of the land. It's a great way to put healthy food in front of your family, done both humanely and ethically. It's actually a really good way to manage introduced species. Now, before we can sit down to some great recipes that we can cook up from this book, there's a few vital steps we have to go through first. One, we have to find a place from where we can harvest our meat. Two, we have to know how to field dress the animal so that it doesn't spoil. Now, step number 3 is the most important. You want your rifle and yourself shooting straight. Because when you get out in the field, you want to take that animal as humanely as possible. Now let's go and sight the rifle. All right, Shane, well, the idea is to go out now and to get ourselves a deer so we can cook up some of those great venison dishes from the book.
Yep.
Put a sight in the rifle. What's the process?
First thing we're going to do, mate, soon the range is open, is put our muffs on and turn them on. Can you hear me? How's that?
Yep, I've got you.
Yeah,
it's like talking on the phone.
Yeah, they're quite good. They'll shut up. They're automatically noise cancelling. As soon as it reaches a certain decibel level, it'll cut off. So.
Okay, fantastic.
Right, mate, hop down in behind your gun.
No worries. All right, what target are we shooting on here, mate?
We're shooting at target 40 at the moment, mate, which is at 50 yards, and it's always a good idea with a newly bore-sighted rifle to start at 50 yards instead of 100. It just gives you more room for error in case your bore sighting's not spot on. It's a lot easier to find a bullet hole. Gee, they work well, don't they?
They certainly do.
It's a lot easier to find a bullet hole at 50 than what it is at 100 if you're trying to hit the target, mate. So put a round in the chamber and we'll see how we go. Okay, mate, just slide your sandbag back so it supports the butt of your gun so you're not having to put any weight on it with your hand.
Okay.
That's it. So it's a good idea at this distance to aim between the two circles to give yourself plenty of target room to see where your bullet impact is for your first shot, and then we can adjust the scope from there.
All right, yep, no worries.
Take your time and when you're ready, mate.
It's a bit of a kick to it, mate.
Has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Have a look for your scope, mate, and see where your bullet impact is.
Well, we're on paper. I can see we're a little low, probably about 4 inches down.
About 4 inches at 50, okay. So we'll go through adjusting your scope, mate, and bring it up a bit and we'll take it from there, eh?
To adjust this scope, is it the same as every other scope?
Most scopes are the same, mate. It's usually 1/4 of an inch of elevation or windage per click. This is European, so it's in centimetres. So we're 4 inches low at 50, which would be 100 mils. Because we're at 50 metres and the click elevation is at 100 metres, we'll have to double the distance. Okay, so we need to wind it up 32 clicks instead of 16.
So, mate, that should now bring it up to about centre at 50.
That's correct, mate, exactly. So we'll fire another shot now and see where it goes.
Looking at that one, Shane, it's shot a bit high, but I feel I might have pulled it a little bit.
It does look like it's a bit high, mate, and that's one of the good things about being at a range in a controlled environment. You can go through a few more shots and make sure you're spot on. The last thing you want to be doing is going to small properties and sighting guns in and making noise and scaring all the animals away. So, SSAA member, you've got over 300 ranges in Australia to go and sight your rifle in. Better to be safe than sorry, mate.
No, you certainly are. I'll put another shot through it and see if I can get closer to the mark. No, Shane, I must have pulled that last one because this time I'm almost dead on. I'm just about an inch to the left.
Okay, mate, we'll take this cap off and we'll adjust it.
Now, how far do we need to adjust it?
About 4 clicks should be adequate, mate, I think. So fire another shot now and then we'll move to the 200 metre target and see where she lands.
Okay, Shane, well, I picked the target to the left there and I've put it spot on right in the white, so I think we're pretty good.
Excellent, mate. We'll move up to the 200 metre now and make sure she's spot on.
Cool, let's go. Well, Shane, I'm a little bit high at 50, but what does that mean for the 200?
Most calibers, around 1/2 inch to 1 inch high at 50, should equate to a 200 yard zero. So we'll have another shot and see where you go.
Down here, this time we're shooting for number 38. There's big squares and little squares. Which one should we go for?
Whatever you're confident in centering the crosshairs on, mate. Whatever's easy for you.
Let's go all out and go with the little ones, eh?
Okay.
All right, Shane, I didn't think I'd be too cocky. I decided to shoot for the logo in the middle of the whole lot of the target.
I can see that, mate. It's about an inch high and an inch to the right, so overall it's a pretty good shot at this distance, so we don't have much adjusting to do. Okay, so we're going to put it down 1 click and left 1 click. Fire another shot, mate. We'll see how we go.
That last one felt pretty good. How's it look to you?
It was, mate. Those last 2 shots are inside 20 mil and at 200 yards, more than adequate to take a deer with, mate, so we should be right. Go and take some venison.
Nice, nice. All right, mate, let's pack up and get to the next part of the job.